Today, there is growing attention on the Sheriff's Department in Jacksonville, Florida, over a viral video of a violent traffic stop involving a black driver.
Well, the fact that the sheriff is black does not mean it doesn't have racial elements, because the question is, would they have done this to a white young man in the same circumstances? But Ben, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office say the original viral video doesn't tell the whole story of what happened.
Well. Come to find out, there's more to the video than we were led to believe. Go figure. This is exactly why I do not jump on a bandwagon when it comes to a race baiting situation. Only uploaded half the situation. Come to find out, the officer stopped him because it was raining and his headlights was out. They asked for his ID. He didn't want to give it to him. You want to know why he didn't want to give it to him? Because he didn't have no ID. He got a whole bunch of illegal shit in his car. That's why.
Okay, so today let's break down the William McNeil Jr. traffic stop and see what's up. All right, real talk. Have you ever stayed up binge watching some show, or even looking through YouTube videos and say, I'm just going to watch one more video, then go to sleep, and next thing you know, it's 2 a.m. I used to crash late and then wake up feeling like I get hit by a freight train. Then I found Beam Dream. It's a hot chocolate that actually helps you fall asleep and stay asleep. Now, no joke, this stuff works. It's got magnesium, nano CBDs, and no junk. No sugar crashes, no next day fog, just smooth sleep, and you wake up and you're ready to go. Now, for those of you who don't really like powders, they have pills too, so you can just pop a couple of those and hopefully lights out for you just like it was for me. Now, full disclosure, I tried this product for about 2 weeks before I did this video promoting it, and I will say, I did have better night sleeps, no doubt about it. Now, if you want to try the product, go to shopbeam.com/Nate35. That's shopbeam.com/Nate35, and you'll get 35% off when you enter promo code Nate35. Now, for those of you too lazy, link is in the description and in the pinned comment. Now, back to the video. This is William McNeil Jr. Now, he was driving in Jacksonville, Florida with a suspended license, and cops pulled him over because he failed to put on his headlights in inclement weather. So we're going to look at that traffic stop. Now, the internet's obviously divided. If you're on the right side of the aisle, it seems like you're saying the police did nothing wrong. If you're on the left side of the aisle, you're saying police are racist, and this is another example. But here on this channel, we like to look at the context of everything that happens ourselves. So let's get into it.
Yeah, Florida 24 Bravo Echo Charlie Whiskey on a silver Kia. I don't know this.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely there's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. Two things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights. And it's not weather. It's not raining.
Oh, this is inclement?
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No.
Okay, I'm stopping the video right here because there are a lot of people online claiming that the stop itself, this police stop, was unlawful, and therefore everything that happened after this is unlawful. And the reason why is they say for a cop to stop you, you need probable cause. Here is someone with over 1 million subscribers. His name is Lackluster, and he's going to say that the cops should not have stopped this car because they did not have probable cause. Listen to him for yourself.
The probable cause, as stated by the deputy, was that his headlights weren't on. But again, the law states during any rain, smoke, or fog, none of which were present. And as to the claims of not wearing a seatbelt, the officer transmits over the radio that he didn't have any details about the occupant or occupants of the vehicle prior to McNeil opening his door.
Yeah, Florida 24 Bravo Echo Charlie Whiskey on a silver Kia. I don't know this.
These two facts eliminate all probable cause for the entire stop, which means everything that occurs after this moment was unlawful.
Now, Lackluster is 1,000,000% wrong, because to stop a vehicle in a traffic stop, police don't need probable cause. They need reasonable suspicion. Now, to understand this, I have to explain to you what the difference is between reasonable suspicion and probable cause. Let's start with reasonable suspicion. This is when an officer observes something that makes them believe something might be wrong. This is not having a mere hunch. It's having a hunch with some reason. See, officers at the time can't prove a crime had committed yet, but they have good reason to investigate. It allows you to stop, question, even frisk the person, or if they're driving a vehicle, pull them over. Here's a quick example. Let's say police observe a driver swerving in between lanes. At that time, police don't know for sure if that person is drunk or not, but it looks dangerous. So the police can pull that car over to check, and police can articulate the facts that led to their reasonable suspicion. Now, this is different than probable cause because probable cause is stronger than reasonable suspicion. And this is where you have real evidence or clear facts that a crime has actually been committed, where in reasonable suspicion, you don't know if a crime has been committed or not. Now, I want to take us back to the earlier example I gave for probable cause, where a car is swerving within the lanes and police pull that car over with reasonable suspicion that a crime has been committed. That person may be drunk. But now police pull that vehicle over. They smell alcohol. They see open containers in the car. He's slurring his words. His eyes are red. He can barely stay conscious. The person is obviously drunk. Unlike seeing a car swerving in the lanes, this is real, actual evidence of a crime being committed, and we know who's committing that crime. So police just need reasonable suspicion to pull a vehicle over for a traffic infraction. Now, just so you understand, I'm not making this up. The Supreme Court in Delaware v. Prowse makes it extremely clear that for traffic stops, you need reasonable suspicion and not probable cause. Quote, accordingly, we hold, except in those situations in which there is at least articulable and reasonable suspicion that a motorist is unlicensed, or that an automobile is not registered, or that either the vehicle or an occupant is otherwise subject to seizure in violation of law, stopping an automobile and detaining the driver in order to check his driver's license and the registration of the automobile are unreasonable under the Fourth Amendment. So this is written very strangely, but you need at least articulable and reasonable suspicion to stop a motorist. So when Lackluster says the police needed probable cause, which is a higher standard, he is wrong. And his whole analysis seems to be based on that principle, which makes his whole analysis wrong. Now that we understand the standard is reasonable suspicion, which is very low, now let's address the whole it wasn't raining during this body cam video. Well, I'm just going to put it extremely simple for you. Let's say he pulled him over for speeding. Lackluster would be sitting here watching the video and say, hey, the car's not speeding. No probable cause, even though it's really just reasonable suspicion. But hey, look, the car is not speeding. Well, yeah, because the car is pulled over. The same thing with the rain. When the officer observed the car, it could have been driving in the rain without its headlights on, and when the officer pulled him over, the rain temporarily stopped, or the rain could have moved on. That doesn't mean that it wasn't raining when the officer observed the traffic violation. And the reasonable and articulable facts that would lead us to that conclusion are simple. It's wet everywhere. The car is wet. The floor is wet. The benches, the sidewalk, everything is wet. It's obviously just rain. So the officer could clearly articulate that, hey, yes, based on everything being wet, even the car itself, at the time I saw it, he didn't have his lights on and it was raining. Now, it's interesting to note at this point in time, police do not have probable cause for an arrest. They have reasonable suspicion that a traffic infraction may have occurred.
Call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
You don't have any right to the police supervisor. That's just nonsense.
I'm driver. I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
Step out of the vehicle.
No.
Step out of the vehicle.
Now, at this point in time, there's only one officer and this guy, Mr. McNeil, and he's locked himself in his car. We also have to recognize that McNeil has committed multiple crimes already. He hasn't turned over his license and registration after the officer asked for it. He's not following the officer's commands, and now he's locked himself in his car. So this civil infraction is now turned into a criminal matter.
Start filming on your phone.
Well, the officer put his hand on his gun and reached out for me, so I closed my door and started recording. I did what was best. DSLR.
They said your headlights were not on and should have been on in what they described as inclement weather, correct?
Yeah, correct.
But there are those people who would say, hey, why not just cooperate when they're pulling you over? Why lock yourself inside the car and refuse to get out initially?
That's where I felt safe at. I wasn't going to get out the car because my head was during the daytime. And then you put your hand on your gun and reach out for me. I fear for my life. And I know how officers of JSO are towards black men here in Jacksonville.
2570. For the 94, the driver just slammed the door and locked it.
Call your supervisor.
Yep.
Unit 2570 on 1050 at West Palm and Commonwealth.
2570. If anybody responded, come in from Commonwealth, block the vehicle, please.
I'm coming West Palm, Commonwealth. I'll be there in a sec.
Keep your hands where I can see them, sir. My camera's on too. I've already told you.
Now here, McNeil is still asking. He is still asking, why have you pulled me over? Even though the cop has mentioned it twice in this video.
Okay. Okay. Right now you're under arrest for resisting. You understand? You're under arrest for resisting. The longer you take us on, the worse it's going to be. Keep your hands where I can see them, sir. Okay. Sir, this is your last warning to open the vehicle and exit before we're going to break the window. Open the door and exit or we are going to break the window. Open the door and exit or we are going to break the window.
Sir, can you please ask him what did I do wrong?
Well, we're conducting a traffic stop right now. You need to comply.
I am complying.
Hey, unlock the car. I'm going to push it up.
Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting.
Can you unlock the door and step out?
Can you talk to me though?
I will. Can you step out?
Because you don't even know the whole situation.
You're being done. There's a traffic stop being conducted. You're required to comply.
And I'm required to actually
So, yes. Correct.
He gave no lawful reason.
Huh?
He gave no lawful reason why he pulled me over.
Okay. So what did he ask for when he I guess talked to you?
Okay, so now he's been saying all this time he doesn't know why he's pulled over. That's the reason why he's in there. He's not on the door. He don't know what's going on. So listen to what he tells this officer because he makes it very, very clear. He knows exactly what's going on.
When he pulled me over, he
Yeah.
opened my door because my window don't work. Right?
Oh yeah.
And then I said, so what I did wrong?
Yeah.
He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like,
Okay.
there's multiple people headlights.
Okay, that's still a legitimate reason to pull somebody over.
Okay, so our boy knows exactly what's going on. He knows exactly why he's been pulled over, and he doesn't want to give up his license nor his registration. We don't know the reason why. We don't know anything about this guy. We just know he understands he's been pulled over because he didn't have his headlights on while it was raining.
There's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on. Huh? Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will. Huh?
Can you call the supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle! Show me your hands. Here.
Okay, so we got to talk about this first punch, or is it a slap? Okay, you can see it. I freeze framed it right here. It's clearly a slap. His hand is fully open, so it's a slap. It's not a punch. Everybody's calling it a punch, but it's definitely not a punch. You can see right here from the still. So now the question is it excessive?
I can understand the officer punching the window out, but what I don't understand is, and I know you said that this was not ruled criminal, sucker punching the guy in the jaw.
First of all, let me stop you. Not a sucker punch. I'm not excusing that administratively. I'm gonna say that to you one more time. I'm not excusing that administratively. There are things that we definitely need to look at, but the context of this video should tell you everything you need to know.
Well, I take it. It looks like it's a sucker punch because he's looking straight and you see this.
Right.
Okay, and then you see them pull him out, and then you see a couple of punches to the face. Now, again, I understand breaking the window, but he charged him with resisting arrest without violence. So I saw a lot of violence. I think the public saw a lot of violence against somebody that was not violent.
Well, first of all, Eric, don't try to talk the public into what they saw. They just saw the same videos you saw. So what we're doing, what I'm saying is that it is what it is. This is the information that I wanted to share with the public in context without a short clip.
What is your reason, sir? What is your reason?
You know the reason. You just said what the reason was. Why do you keep saying that? Like that's gonna save you. You know the reason.
Step out now. All right.
Okay, so we got like 5 officers and 1 perp. And that's something you have to take into consideration when you're using force to effectuate an arrest. Think about the reverse. If you had 5 perpetrators or 5 suspects and 1 cop, the officer would be able to utilize maybe even his firearm because the numbers are so overwhelming. So generally with more officers, you would need less punching in the face to subdue a suspect because you just have more manpower there. Now in law enforcement, the amount of force an officer uses to get a suspect under control is dictated by that suspect. If you have a compliant suspect, you can use less force versus someone who's non-compliant. But with the facts that we have now, this is more likely going to be, let's say, a departmental hit, where this officer may lose a week of pay or something like this. But in terms of criminal charges, the state AG's already said, no, this wasn't criminal, what you just saw.
The cell phone camera footage purportedly of this arrest was circulating on social media. At my direction, the agency immediately began both a criminal and administrative review of the officer's actions. These administrative reviews are ongoing, but the state attorney's office has determined that none of the involved officers violated criminal law. Even though the administrative review has yet to be completed, we are releasing the body-worn camera footage today because Officer Bowers has consented to its release and waived his officer's bill of rights pertaining to the discrete piece of evidence. Because the administrative review is pending, the officer's bill of rights prevents me from releasing any additional information beyond these videos.
What's wrong with you?
2574 with 1033, 1 in custody.
You're under arrest. That's what's going on.
Yes, bro. Yes.
Lawful reason, bro.
You gonna throw my phone like that, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off of you, bro.
And I'm just trying to have a regular conversation with y'all, bro.
You just gotta see what I'm already.
So your partner didn't even act.
Marijuana in his right pocket.
Yes, it is. So why close the door if you see him pull up? Because, man, what you mean? He talking about arresting me and stuff, bro. I didn't do nothing.
It's called resisting, idiot.
I didn't do nothing wrong, bro. I don't know. Can you back me up to the car so I can lean up? Sit up. You both my bro.
So McNeil was charged with a whole bunch of crimes and pleaded guilty to a couple of things and even did some jail time.
After this traffic stop on February 19, 2025, McNeil was arrested for resisting a police officer without violence, driving on a suspended driver's license, and possession of less than 20 grams of marijuana. On February 20, 2025, McNeil pled guilty to and was adjudicated guilty of resisting a police officer without violence and driving on a suspended driver's license. Those pleas of guilty were accepted by a local judge who found them to have been factual basis and to have been voluntarily made by McNeil.
Now also, the officer who did all of the punching, he was actually given a suspension without pay.
Once we've determined whether Officer Bowers acted within policy or not, I will immediately share that determination with the public. Out of an abundance of caution, pending the outcome of this administrative review, Officer Bowers has been stripped of his law enforcement authority.
Okay, so when it comes to criminal charges, this officer was cleared. But now, when it comes to the department's own policy, that's where he may be in some trouble. He's looking at maybe a suspension or something when it comes to the department. Now, for those of you who can't wrap your head around this, think of it this way. Police can't drink while on duty, even if they're on their own lunchtime. But let's say an officer goes and has a beer at lunch. Well, that officer's alcoholic beverage isn't criminal, but since he's violating his department's policy, he could be held liable under that policy. So at the end of the day, I'm going to chalk this up to lawful but awful. That first slap and other couple of punches didn't make me feel confident these police were being trained to de-escalate any situation. And let's just be honest here. The suspect here, Mr. McNeil, well, he was someone who was driving with a suspended license, right? That's why he didn't want to give up his license, because he didn't have one. I think at the end of the day, this kind of worked out the way I think it should. Mr. McNeil needs to get his license together and stuff before he locks himself in another car. These officers should be retrained on how to de-escalate situations. I don't think this rises to a criminal matter, but the one that threw a whole bunch of punches when they got 5 cops to one guy, he should lose a couple of days of pay and be retrained on how to de-escalate situations. But let me know how you guys feel. You guys feel the cops were 100% correct in this? Do you think the guy was 100% correct in this? I don't know. It's one of those things where I think there's a little wrong to go around, but I think at the end of the day, this is being made out to be something that it's just not. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe to all your YouTube stuff. My name is Nathan Lloyd. I'm out. Peace.